Our top focus on WION at this hour. Russian President Vladimir Putin spoke with US President Donald Trump on a phone call that lasted nearly 90 minutes, in which the US leader again offered to help end the Ukraine war. Now, the phone call between the two leaders comes ahead of a critical NATO summit in Turkey starting next week that the US president also plans to attend. Well, during the call, Putin personally congratulated Trump and the American people on this significant holiday, which is the 250th anniversary of the US Declaration of Independence. According to the Foreign Ministry of Russia, the conversation is their fourth this year. It was businesslike and highly constructive. The statement added that Trump had reaffirmed his readiness to facilitate the earliest possible cessation of hostilities in the Ukrainian conflict. Well, earlier Saturday, Zelensky said that he and Trump had also discussed the more than 4 years of war in his country. Calling it a very good phone call, Zelensky said that there is a real prospect to put an end to the ongoing war, and America's resolve is decisive. Trump's phone calls with Russian and Ukrainian presidents also come at a time when Russian forces continue to step up efforts to take more of Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region, which is a key objective for the Kremlin. In the latest, Russia claims it has taken full control of the city of Konstantinivka in eastern Ukraine. However, Ukraine has denied the claim. Konstantinivka is a key stronghold located in Ukraine's Donetsk region. And according to Defense Ministry, Russian forces took control of about 66 square kilometers in Konstantinivka, and the Ukrainian forces have been repelled several kilometers away. Putin said the city's capture carries great strategic significance while visiting one of the temporary command posts of the Joint Force grouping on Friday. While on the ground, a massive Russian glide bomb strike on the center of the northern Ukrainian city of Sumy. It killed at least 4 people, including a child on Friday, and injured 33. Other areas in Sumy region and in the southeastern Ukraine, closer to the front lines, also came under Russian attack, killing a total of 7 people. A massive blaze also engulfed production buildings at a poultry farm in Ukraine's Kherson region. Now, despite the constant threat of further attacks, emergency crews brought the raging fire under control and no casualties are reported. Firefighters were seen battling a major blaze after the Russian airstrike hit a shopping mall in the eastern Ukrainian city of Kramatorsk, injuring at least 5 people, including a child, while rescue crews are repeatedly taking shelter amid the threat of follow-up attacks. Meanwhile, Ukraine continues to target Russian energy infrastructure. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced that his forces hit a major oil terminal in Russia's St. Petersburg. He described it as key infrastructure that generates revenue for Russia's war, though there's no confirmation so far. Ukrainian forces also pressed their counter-offensive to retake the Russian-occupied southern region of Kherson, while on Saturday, Ukraine claimed to have hit the facility in Volgograd with Flamingo missiles. Earlier, we had spoken to Dr. Charles Kupchan, Senior Fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations, and this is what he had to say. Let's listen.
Well, I think there are 2 developments that provide a backdrop to this new push. One is that there is a memorandum of understanding, a peace of sorts with Iran. The Strait of Hormuz is reopening. Trump can therefore return attention to the conflict in Ukraine. And secondly, Ukraine over the last few months has demonstrated an ability to, number one, take the war to Russia, hit oil depots in and around Moscow, in St. Petersburg, increasing the attacks on Crimea, and they've been able to make some small advances on the ground in Kherson. You just mentioned this. And in that respect, it may be that we're getting to more of a stalemate, that the Russians are feeling at home more of the war. And because neither side is really doing well on the battlefield anymore, perhaps the door is open to a peace settlement. I don't think we're there yet, but the conditions may be ripe for a new push to end this war.